Okay, now for a speedy pizza, only need a few ingredients to make this, and it's all done already, all cooked within half an hour. So to start with, 110 grams of self-raising flour. Into that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 20 grams of fat, so I'm just using unsalted butter. I'm just going to use my fingers just to rub it together quickly to make breadcrumbs quickly. Okay, when that's done, I'm then going to add between 3 and 4 tablespoons of milk until it forms dough. And obviously when you normally make pizza dough, you normally use yeast, but because it's a quick way we're using, it's why we're using the baking powder instead. Don't forget, when you're using the rubbing in method, use your fingertips, because they're the coldest part of your hands. You don't really want to melt the butter just yet. Okay. To that now, I'm going to add a tablespoon at a time. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, might add just half a tablespoon more. My fingers in, bring it all together. That feels quite nice. Doesn't feel too dry. And you should be able to use the dough to make the bowl clean. And there we have the dough. I'm just going to knead the dough just for a little bit, not too much, otherwise if you overwork it, it will actually dry out the dough. Okay, that'll be enough. Okay, so a little bit of flour, again don't use too much flour because it will become a bit tough and chewy. I'm just going to just a little bit coat it so it doesn't stick. Use a rolling pin, I'm going to roll it out. Now decide sort of which shape pizza you want to make, whether you want square or rectangular or the traditional circular. Keep moving it around on the work surface to make sure it doesn't stick, and if you feel it starting to stick onto your rolling pin, just add a little bit to there. Okay, so you can see as I'm rolling it, it's starting to spring back, which is good. I'm still able to move it around on the work surface. And again, you can have it as thick or as thin as you want, depending on how you prefer your pizza. Okay, there we go. I'm now going to just neaten the edges. Can use just a sharp knife with that. Not too much wastage. And now to place it onto either a baking tray, or I've got an actual pizza sort of cooking tray here, which allows the heat to travel through. Okay, now for the topping. Okay, now to prepare the toppings. Obviously you can decide to put whatever you want on your pizza. I've just got some thinly cut ham here, so I'm just going to cut them into small pieces. Using the claw method here, remember, fingertips out the way. You can either cut them into smaller pieces or keep them like this. I quite like to keep them like this. Okay. Tomato, using the claw technique as well to slice. Okay. Pepper, obviously you only need a little bit, so I'm going to take the bottom section off. Dice those. A slice of pepper and mushroom. And I've got some pepperoni. Okay, and now to assemble it. I've already preheated the oven to 180 degrees centigrade fan oven, or 200 degrees non, or gas mark 6, so that's already ready to go. So I've got some passata here. If you haven't got passata, you could just get some tinned tomatoes and just blitz them up a little bit. Yeah, I'm using the back of the spoon to smooth it on. Leave about a centimetre gap around the outside. Again, depends on how tomato you like your pizza. Don't want it too dry. So now you do start layering. So I'm going to start with a bit of ham. A bit of pepper. A bit of pepperoni. Mushroom. Cheated, I've already got some grated cheese. And lay a bit more. Finish off with some cheese on top. And then to place it in the oven for about sort of 10-15 minutes, just until the dough is cooked, and I'll show you how to check that later on. So it's had about 18 minutes in the oven, and you see that the edges are not quite crispy, and if you just check underneath, if you scratch the bottom of the dough, it should be scratchy rather than still soft. So now that's it. Speedy pizza, all done within sort of 20-25 minutes. There you go.